What's going on, you guys? My name is Zach Hartley and welcome back to another weekly watch list video. In this series, I share with you the stocks that are at the top of my watch list going into Monday morning. So if you get any value from that, remember to click that like and subscribe button. This video gets posted every Sunday morning. Now, let's jump into this week. The first stock I want to point out is Gold Mountain. This is a stock that I've featured on my channel several times. It is my favorite of the kind of natural resource companies. I absolutely love their business model, and the stock set another all-time high on Friday. I started covering these guys at $1.21. They're now trading at $2.64. Now, let's just take a quick look at the market as a whole. How are we doing? And what's really nice to see here is that the NASDAQ, it was a bit of a choppy week, but what did happen this week on the NASDAQ is we set an all-time high with the NASDAQ, 14,211.57 points. That was a record high. That was set on Thursday, and that is a very good sign because you probably remember 1-2 months ago, everybody on YouTube was saying we are seeing a market crash, panic selling, and they were basically throwing up the thumbnails that make you panic. And as we can see now, all of the tech companies, or at least the index that represents the tech companies, has completely recovered. So that is nice to see. When you look at the S&P 500, we set an all-time high on Thursday as well, and we're doing extremely well there. And when you look at the Dow Jones, we sort of leveled out over the last 2 weeks, but we are still trading within 2 or 3% of our all-time high. So the indices that represent the industrials, the market as a whole, and the technology sector, they are all doing extremely well. Now, when we look at Bitcoin, you can see that it kind of fell through support back here about 2 weeks ago. However, in this last week, though, we have had a very nice recovery. We had this big kind of green day right here. This happened last weekend. And then this week on Thursday, we had a very nice green day, and we closed it out pretty strong. We're back above 55,000 with Bitcoin, and it has done extremely well year to date, even with the recent little dip. So Bitcoin is doing well. And unfortunately, the DogeCoin is back. I thought we were going to be done with the DogeCoin when the price was starting to fall right here. I thought it was just going to be kind of a short-lived sprint, but the Doge is back. It's now at 38.6 cents. Pretty close to its all-time highs, and who knows what could happen from here. Pretty amazing. But I will point out Elongate, another altcoin, just donated about $300,000 to Mark Rober and Jimmy Kimmel's foundation. So that is absolutely amazing. There's a lot of positive things going on in the crypto space. I also interviewed Sue Ennis, who is the head of investor relations for Hut 8, which is a crypto mining company. So if you want to see that interview, definitely check out my channel. But let's do a quick look at COVID. Now, in the USA, they are doing extremely well when it comes to COVID numbers. Daily new cases are down, and it doesn't seem like it's going to come back up anytime soon. So that's really, really nice to see. But however, in India, this is really the story around the world right now. They have just basically hit 400,000 cases per day, which is absolutely unbelievable. This is the highest in the world right now, and at this rate, it could very easily pass the USA within a couple of weeks. So definitely concerning here, and definitely something to keep an eye on. Now, Amazon, this is the first company that I want to point out to you for the watch list this week. I want to point out Amazon because they are approaching $3,500 for the third time. The first 2 times that it hit $3,500, it basically got rejected at $3,500, and it came all the way back down to $2,900. This is super important because if it breaks through $3,500, that could be an opportunity for a breakout trade. If it gets rejected at $3,500, you may want to short it back down, or you buy in when it drops all the way back down to a key level of support and you have confidence in a change of direction. So lots of opportunities coming up with Amazon over the next few weeks here. But what I am watching for is a breakthrough of 3,500. If we see a nice clean break of 3,500, I will enter the position. I'll put a stop loss under 3,500 and I will wait it out. I would expect a retest of that support, but over time, especially going into the second half of this year, I think Amazon is going to do extremely well. Now, Victory Square Technologies. This is another company. I currently hold their stock. I am very happy to hold their stock. I like the company. I like the management. I have interviewed the CEO, and as you can see right now, $1 is acting as a very, very key level of resistance. It's pretty much rejected the price several times. It broke through to 127 right here, but since then, it hasn't been able to stay above $1. And so why I am excited about Victory Square Technologies is because they have 2 different companies that are about to list on public exchanges, and they just reported a very nice quarter after the market on Friday. So if you're interested in the company, definitely take a look at how their last financials went because it was just reported, and I'm expecting them to have a very good Monday, Tuesday. Next company I want to point out is Fintech Acquisition Corp 5. This is a SPAC that is merging with Etoro. I've made a couple of videos about this company. I currently hold both the options and the stock, and I really like it, especially at this $11 level of support. As long as this holds and you can see a little bit of positive green momentum right here, I think it's an excellent entry point. If $11 breaks down, I'm probably going to exit my positions, wait it out, and buy back in later. However, if we start to see a bounce off $11, I might even add a little bit more. And why I'm so optimistic about this is because this is a basically trading platform that's already publicly traded. And I think that as soon as the Robinhood IPO starts to hit all the headlines and starts to really gain some traction, I think a lot of people are going to go, okay, what are the comparables? They're going to see Etoro, and I think it's going to look very, very attractive. So I am very bullish and I am very optimistic on Etoro. I currently hold a position, and I am pretty optimistic about how it's going to go. Now, St. Jean Carbon, I don't know if that's how you say it, St. Jean Carbon, I don't know. But this is a very exciting penny stock that's only about 12, 13 cents right now, 12 and a half. And why I like them is because they're Canadian based. They just got in new management. They just made a very big acquisition of a solid battery company, and they're focused on developing the technology. And so I see this as a great opportunity to get into the research and development side of battery development and that next generation of battery development. This is a Canadian based research company that is doing some really big things, and I think there's a big opportunity here. So I'm watching this one really closely. If we see this continue, I'm probably going to take a position in it, just a small position, because I think the technology is great. Now, the next company I want to point out is Tela Doc. This is a couple YouTubers like favorite stock, and I'm not in a position yet. I like the company, I like the business model, but I've held out on a position yet because as of right now, you can see that we have some major level of support at 160, 170 right here, and we have tested this level once back in November of 2020, and then again right here in March, again at the end of March, and again right now at the very first day of May. So I think we are very, very close to support right now. If we see a strong move above and we can break through 190, 195, that's probably where I'll enter. But if we fall below 160, 170 right here, I'm going to be very concerned. And I might even short the stock for a little scalp position. Now, if you guys are interested in learning how to find positions like this, find your entry and exit point, and figure out whether to go long or short, then you should definitely consider signing up for my stock market course. It is completely free, and there's over 9 hours of content that will walk you through step by step everything you need to know to analyze a company, look at a position, and find your strategy. There's over 4,000 students. There was over 200 reviews. It's hosted on Skillshare, and I promise you it will be the best free resource that you can find online. Over 80% of students said it exceeded their expectations. Now, let's keep moving. I want to talk about Tesla next. This one is pretty exciting because when you start to look at this company and you kind of blow up the charts and you simplify the chart, it's really easy to see that I think we have established a new trend line right here. This is going to be a support line. As you can see, we've got 3 lows right now. We had a nice green bounce on Friday, a nice move higher. That established our next low, and if we see this continue on Monday, Tuesday, I think there's a good opportunity here because I think over the long term, the next level of major resistance is probably going to be at either 800 or 900, most likely 900, and I think over the long term, Tesla is going to do very well. When you compare some of the delivery numbers that Tesla is starting to put out to any of the other EV companies, they're blowing it out of the water, and when you look at Tesla compared to any of the other large manufacturers, they just can't compete on the EV side. So as of right now, I do like Tesla long term. I think there's a big upside here, and I am pretty optimistic about it. Now, the next company that I want to talk about is HelloPal. This is a social networking application that is pretty big in Asia right now. It's not very big in North America, but I have been following it. I've made an entire profile video on my YouTube channel, so if you want to see that, definitely check it out. But as you can see here, stock runs up from like 40, 50 cents all the way to a high of $2.33 back at the beginning of March. Since then, it traded in a descending triangle or a bear flag right here with major support at $1.20. It bounced off $1.20 like 3 or 4 times. It traded at $1.20 to $1.30 for like a week straight, and then in the last 3 days here, it has had a major breakout. So I'm super interested in HelloPal. I'm considering taking a position on Monday depending on where it opens. Put a stop loss at $1.10 or $1. Manage your risk, manage your downside, but make sure that you do your own due diligence and you understand the companies that you're getting into first. Now, next company I want to talk about is Schrodinger. These guys run a software that helps you identify new molecules for developing new drugs. It's a pretty complex and innovative kind of platform, but I really like what they're doing. I like the financials. Another YouTuber pointed them out. I added them to my watch list, and now, as you can see, we've got very clear resistance right at $80 right here. We've got several different lows that have established a trend line right now, and it looks like a bull flag or ascending triangle. And so what I am watching for is either a clean bounce off this trend line or a breakthrough, a very clean breakthrough of $80. So it should be very, very exciting, and I am watching this one closely. I definitely like them long term. Now, if you are interested in staying a little bit more up to date with my technical analysis, what I'm doing, what I'm trading, and what the community is looking at, then you should definitely consider signing up for my Discord chat and my watch list. That is where I send out a full weekly watch list with about 30 to 40 companies and all of my technical analysis. So if you'd like to see that, it's $5 per month. There's a link in the description down below. And what I'm trying to do here is build a community where people share their trades, their analysis, and their research so that you don't have to do all of the research on your own. You can analyze other people's research and trades and see what they think about it. And I'm trying to build a community where we can share that knowledge. If you're interested, the link is in the description of this video, and I would love to share it with you. Now, my game plan for next week, as always, I want to buy great companies when they bounce off support or they break through resistance. That's what I'm looking for. That's the kind of trader I am, but you have to make sure that you are being patient, you're waiting for confirmation, and you're managing your portfolio. What I mean by that is not every trade is going to work out. I was watching very good butchers as well as good food company for the last 2 weeks, and the trade has just not developed yet. So I am waiting for confirmation. I haven't taken a position yet. And when I do take a position and it doesn't work out, I cut the loss early, and that's what you need to do as well. You need to make sure that you're getting out of the losers early, you're letting the winners run, and you're tracking your performance so that you can manage your strategy. That's the key to becoming a good trader and a good investor. And if you guys get any value out of this video, remember to click that like and subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Weekly watch list every Sunday morning. Remember to click that like and subscribe button. See you soon.